Hello, guys. Welcome to First Kick Seahawks. I'm just hanging out. If you want to like and subscribe, fuck it, whatever. I was looking at the weekend schedule because I'm like, oh, there are games on today. There just wasn't one at 10 a.m. They have 3 Monday games, and then of course we had Thursday night football, and the schedule is so weird, and it's because it's around Christmas and I guess Hanukkah and what else is going on, right? Um, and so I kind of want to just like look at this set of games this holiday season and see what's going on. So obviously, I was rooting for the Saints to win against the much better Rams, and the Rams showed that they were the much better team and beat the living tar out of them. And I love storylines. I think some of the main reasons why the NFL has prospered so long is because of their story department in the film room. Their decision to film up between the eyes and be dramatic and tell the stories of the players and the stories of the franchises. It's cool once you start to get some history together. And if you like stories, then the NFL storylines can be really fun. And so right now what we have is entering that Rams game. We needed to keep the Rams from winning because then they would have, 8-7, I believe their record would be. In the end, that would be putting our playoff contention in stress, and it is. So that's one of these storylines that we're entering into this weekend is the Seahawks need to take care of the Titans because they now need to compete with the Rams going into this. And before the Saints didn't. So the Saints are now looking at, the rest of their division, the Falcons and the Panthers and company. And so I'm kind of excited because it's occurring to me that this is the climax of the season. This is the whole arc. This is the arc of the series. So who's going to come out on top? Well, I want to go through the games first, just for fun. Right now, the Bengals are getting absolutely spanked by the Steelers in the second quarter. I'm going to go to the scores really quick. This app is failing me. This app is failing me again. App is failing me again. No. Don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna Google it. The Pittsburgh Steelers have 21 points. It's coming up on the 2-minute warning. And the Bengals have absolutely nothing. Which this, of course, is a playoff game for them because the Cincinnati Bengals are at 8-6 and the Steelers are at 7-7, and they think that they're the crap team, but without Joe Burrow, maybe they have an opportunity to hang one up on the Bengals and get up on them 8-6 versus an 8-6 record and maybe sneak into the playoffs themselves. I don't think they're eliminated. And then later this evening, we had the Bills versus the Chargers. And I want to pull up NFL playoff division standings. All right. The Bills are at 8-6. And the Dolphins are at 10-4. So the Bills need to win this game against the Chargers to stay in contention. The Chargers are out of it. They're at 5-9. The Chiefs are at 9-5. So if they lose to that, if the Bills happen to lose to the Chargers, and there's only 2 more games left in the season to this Dolphins team. They then need to win out and get to 10 wins, and then hope that the Dolphins don't win any more games. The Bills absolutely have to win this game against this Chargers team if they want to make it as a wild card, secure their wild card, but also if they want to win their division. And I'm not going, I don't know who they're playing next. I'm not an encyclopedia. So bear with me. But yeah, I think the Bills are definitely winning today. Okay, we got the Colts and the Falcons. That's the one I'm really confused about. So the Colts are 8-6. They also need this win. And I've already kind of said that they're going to win. But when you look at the Falcons are 6-8. And, you know, they need to get to 7 to tie their division. And the Saints just lost. And so if the Buccaneers also lose this week, if the Falcons can win against the Colts, then suddenly they're back in their division race, and they could win the division and make it to the playoffs. So they need this win too. And the South is it's like both of these South teams, neither of them want to truly take their division. The Jaguars have 8 wins, Colts have 8 wins, Texans have 8 wins, and then we're playing the Titans who have 5 wins. And you look at this fucking NFC South team, it's just like last year. Bucks have 7, Saints have 7, Falcons have 6, Panthers have 2. Just garbage, right? So who's going to win that game? Well, it should be the Colts. It should be the Colts that win that game. But also the Falcons, they're called the Dirty Birds for a reason. They keep finding a way to be scrappy. So they could win. But I'm going with the Colts on this one. And it's funny because the Falcons need it more in order to stay in contention. If the Colts lose one, they fall out of contention because they're all tied for division. And I think the Colts are in second, so they need to gain an upper hand on the Jaguars. But if they lose one game, they still have 2 games to make it up. And it's still in their favor mathematically in the end. Because these teams are bad. Comes up to the following game, 10 a.m., Packers, Panthers. I think we all know the answer to that one. It's going to be the Packers. They're third in their division. The Lions have 10 wins. Vikings have 7. They're competing with the Vikings for that spot in the wild card. Therefore, potentially competing with us. So we do want them to lose, but it's most likely that the Panthers are going to lose. For many reasons. I think they're trying to tear it all down to get as many high draft picks as possible. It's not necessarily a high first round. If you get a high second round, that can be closer to the first. So there's that. Browns, Texans. Here's an interesting one. Because that's another Joe Flacco game, I think. Browns have 9 wins. They're 2 behind the Ravens, who they're going to be playing the 49ers. And I've already said that we'll get to Monday, but I already say that I think the Rams are going to, the 49ers are going to beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. That does not necessarily mean that the Ravens aren't going to beat them on Monday. I think the Ravens are going to have 12 wins. I just said that. I think the Ravens are going to beat the 49ers on Monday. What? 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 What the hell? I mean, yes. It could be one of those, we're going to remember you in the Super Bowl games, and then they're just going to fucking clobbering time them. But yeah, so at any rate, the Browns need the Browns need to take care of the Texans to catch up to the Ravens. Even if the Ravens lose and the Browns win, they'll still have a 1-game lead and 2 games left in the season, which the Ravens will most likely win. So yeah, the Browns need this win so that they have any hope of catching up to the Ravens. Texans, it's the same fucking situation as the Jaguars, the Colts, and the Texans. Exactly, right? A bunch of good teams that are young, that need like more meat and experience, and no one has taken the lead quite yet. No one is really the pack leader, and I don't know if Stroud's going to be back yet. I don't know if he's out for the season. I don't know if he's going to be back in like a week and start throwing left-handed now, or however he throws, maybe backwards. We don't know. All I know is this team still continues to compete against a really bad Titans team, though they should have put up more points. They should have put up more points. And so I definitely think they're going to lose and stay at 8. Lions-Vikings. I think we know the answer here. It's going to be the Lions because they're having so many quarterback problems and other structural problems there. But division games are hard. It's one of those games where, barring injury, the Lions should win. Commanders-Jets. I don't think that Commanders' defense is going to be able to overcome that that Commanders' offense is going to be able to overcome the Jets' defense. I think they're going to get fucking slapped. Hal has been sacked 59 times this season. He's going to get fucking slapped. Jets. Which is going to give them 6 wins. And I don't think it's going to give them any hope in a dream of getting to the playoffs, but it sure would be fucking funny, wouldn't it? But yeah, I see them beating the Commanders unless they just fall apart on... But that's the other thing, is the Commanders traded away all of their best defensive players earlier in the season. The Jets are just going to fucking slap the Commanders. Oh my God. And then the Commanders, of course, where are they? They're already at 4-10. They're not going fucking anywhere. Jaguars, Buccaneers. Oh, this was the other difficult one because I think the Buccaneers are better than they are on tape. And I think that the Jaguars make bad mistakes against good teams. And so my gut is telling me that the Buccaneers are going to upset the Jaguars. Even though, you know, they have the better quarterback and they have this better streak loss-wise, and they want to have a good comeback. I still feel like the Buccaneers in their 3-win streak is going to slap them into the ground. The Buccaneers are going to beat the Jaguars, which I guess when we look at what's going on with this division, who's going to take charge? Who did I say? I said the Texans were going to... come on, phone. The Texans were going to lose to the Browns. So the Colts are going to win. So the Colts are going to have 9, and the Jaguars and Texans and Titans are going to stay where they're at in the wins column. That's what my brain thinks. I've never done something like this before, so don't roast me when I'm completely wrong about all these predictions. Cardinals Bears. Cardinals Bears. Well, the Cardinals are terrible in trying to go for one of the first picks, and the Bears are terrible in trying to go for one of the first picks. But Kyler Murray is out there trying to save his career, and I don't know what's going on with Justin Fields. Sounds like he's good to go. Yeah, he's good to go. And with trade rumors on the horizon, there's an incentive for him to play well so that he can get somewhere with a good contract to extend his rookie situation because he's been in a bad spot. He also has an opportunity to Lambeau leap over the Packers. Bears have 5 wins, Packers have 6. The Vikings also don't win. They have 7. So if he somehow wins out, he could find a way to beat out the Packers and the Vikings and be second in their division under the Lions, and suddenly their season doesn't look so bad now, does it? But in order to do that, they need to get to 8 wins. And the Vikings would need to lose all 3 games. Packers would need to lose at least 1 game. But things do occur. The Cardinals, I mean, they play hard, but they're not trying to win this season. But it's so tough. It's the bottom of the barrel teams. They're both mobile quarterbacks. I think the Bears win. I think the Bears are the better team because they take better care of the football. And yeah, that's what's going to happen there. The Cardinals are going to take care of the football. Bears win. Cowboys Dolphins. Holy shit. Dan Quinn, that's my boy, but we just also saw Geno Smith and company start to torch him. I'm going to say that the Dolphins win. Dolphins beat the Cowboys. They go on to 11 wins. And the Cowboys fall to the Eagles, who the Eagles end up beating up on the Giants later on Monday. So the Eagles take over the division 11-10. And it'll continue the race the final 2 weeks of the season. Patriots Broncos. Defense versus defense. I think Russell and company are going to be in trouble. But I think they're going to win because they're also just taking really good care of the football, and they're running the football, and they're doing good game management. And right now the Patriots haven't been able to do good game management at all, and they're not taking care of the football. Raiders Chiefs. Max Crosby and company legit could lay the fucking wood on Mahomes, whose offense has been having issues catching the ball and running the correct routes and things like that. Their team is stout. They just started off really poorly, and they're having quarterback problems. So I'm predicting a Raiders upset. I'm predicting a Raiders upset on Christmas. It shouldn't. The Chiefs should take care of it, but I'm feeling spicy. Giants Eagles. Eagles are going to kick the shit out of the Giants. However, I think that DeVito is going to make it a hard game because that Eagles defensive backfield is bad. But they're a much better team than people are giving them credit for. Ravens 49ers is the final game. I said the Ravens apparently were going to win. So I'm going to stick to it. The Ravens win on Monday, but a reminder that the 49ers win the Super Bowl. And they learn from the lessons of this game. Maybe they shut down McCaffrey, and then Brock Purdy looks poorly and everything's put in question or something. And then later it's like, oh, and then we just needed to learn it's not McCaffrey's offense anymore. It's Brock Purdy's offense. And by switching to Brock Purdy, they go into fucking ultra extreme, putting 50 points a game. And I love storylines, right? I don't know. This weekend is going to be so much fun, guys. Let me know in the comments below what your predictions are for the win-losses of the season. What predictions you want for like good storylines in the playoffs, because just because you don't make it to the Super Bowl doesn't mean that there can't be a cool storyline on the way to fucking get there. Let me know what you want to see, and also what do you think of my picks. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe. I will see you around. Go Hawks.